Now remember the difference between pluggable and standalone database. It's not a difference. First, you have to provide the container name, which is PDB ORCL. Then schema name, then table name. It goes like this.
Okay.
Now, once I am in there, now in the database, same database, I have a schema called as SH1 and SH2. So I'll connect to SH1, PDB ORCL, and the other one I'll connect to SH2, PDB ORCL.
Okay.
Select star from tab. Okay, so select star from tab. So the maroon one is SH1 schema, which will act as source, and blue one is SH2 schema, which will act as target. Inside SH1 I have a table called as test1, and inside SH2 I have a table named as test2. So I'll be replicating the data from pdborcl.sh1.test1 to pdborcl.sh2.test2.
Okay.
You can replicate the data between database to database. You can replicate the data here. What we are doing, we are replicating the data from schema to schema in same database.
Okay.
Okay. Right. So this is what we have done right now. Now,
okay, Ashish, I have a quick question.
Yeah. Tell me.
And once you install a GoldenGate, and how do you map to the GoldenGate to your existing Oracle database?
Yeah, we are going to discuss it right now.
Oh, I see. Okay. Okay.
We haven't done anything. I'm just telling you the prerequisite. This is our aim right now. Okay.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Now, how we are going to do? GoldenGate will come into picture now. So this is our aim. Pluggable database is PDB ORCL, replicate will data from PDB ORCL pluggable database. Now at database level, now we need to perform some of the prerequisites. Okay.
Okay.
In prerequisite, first of all, we need to create a user on root level now. ORCL SQL /SSD. Now I am at the container database right now.
Okay.
Now the requirement is in container, first of all, I need to create a GoldenGate user which will be responsible for extraction as well as replication purpose. Now see, if I go to architecture right now, what does extract process do? It captures the data from redo logs. Right?
Right.
Now for capturing that data, you should have some privilege user, right?
Right. Yeah.
Similarly, what does Replicat do? It applies the data into target database. Now, can a non-privileged user apply the data into the database? No. So, for extraction and applying purpose, you need a privileged user at the database level for GoldenGate purpose, right?
Right.
We need to create a GoldenGate user. Now remember, in 12c there is one feature.
Okay.
You can create a common user by creating a user inside a container database, and that user would be common among all the containers and pluggables. If you, what happens in standalone database? You create a user inside that database, it will be present in that database only. Now,
Right.
in the multi-tenant database, you can create a user and role which are common among container and pluggable.
Okay.
So for that purpose, you need to create that user inside the container, and you need to that user needs to be prefixed with the name c hash hash. So I'll create user c hash hash. I can give any name, gg user.
Okay.
Identified by welcome one. Okay, I'll create c hash hash ogg user. Okay, I'll create ogg adm then. ogg adm. So it says user created.
Okay.
Now this user is created inside all the containers and pluggables. Means inside the container as well as all the pluggables which are present. I need not to create them separately.
Okay.
Now, but this user doesn't have any privilege inside any database.
Okay.
So now I need to grant DBA to this user.
Okay.
Grant DBA to c hash hash gg user. Now what will happen if I fire this command? This will give DBA privilege to c hash hash gg user only to the container database, but not the pluggable database.
Okay.
So for that purpose, if I need to give DBA to all, then I need to give container equal to all.
Okay.
Now, c hash hash user has a DBA privilege inside all the pluggables and the container database. Next is database should be in archive log mode. Archive log list I'll check. So it is in archive log mode. So the prerequisite is your database should be in archive log mode. Okay. So these two prerequisites are met. So these two then another prerequisite is database has to be in supplemental log mode.
I see. Okay.
This is a prerequisite not only for this GoldenGate but for all CDC tool. If you have worked on data guard or anything, this is a prerequisite you must have noticed. This supplemental logging needs to be enabled for all columns. Again, it will need required to be enabled at the table level as well. What all tables we need to replicate, it needs to be applied at that level as well. Okay, we'll see where. Now, so at the source side, we need to create a GoldenGate user with the DBA privilege. Database should be in supplemental log mode and
Archive log mode.
Archive log mode. On target, what you need to do, you need to create a user, GoldenGate user with DBA privilege. Okay? Once this is done, your prerequisites are met. Your prerequisites are met. Okay. Now let us go and see the GoldenGate directory right now. This which we have created, OGG core_3. So you will find that there are certain directories which have been created.
Okay.
Like dir dat is there, dir prm is there, dir def is there, dir chk. So every directory has some significance. We are going to discuss that. So for your reference, let me tell you, dir prm is the directory which stores the parameter file of all the processes. Dir dat is the directory which stores the trail files of the processes, whatever you create. Okay?
Okay.
Right. If you see, all the directories are empty. dir PRM contains a manager parameter file, which
Okay.
creates while we install GoldenGate. You can see the timestamp, 27th of
Okay.
October at 10:41 p.m. So it is the
Okay.
current timestamp only where it is created. Let me put in the charger. Okay. Now let us start the configuration. So, how to launch GGSCI prompt? So I need to go to GoldenGate location where GoldenGate is installed. I'll copy this. Now to log into the GoldenGate prompt, I need to do /GGSCI. GGSCI stands for GoldenGate Software Command Interface. So
Okay.
I am into GoldenGate command prompt now. GGSCI.
Okay. Okay.
To check what all processes are configured right now in your environment, I need to fire command info all. So by default, when we configure manager process, you will find it will be configured.
Okay. Okay.
This process is configured. Nothing else is configured.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, what we are going to do? We have identified what all tables we need to replicate, right?
Right.
So we can log in to the GoldenGate command prompt from GGS. We can log into the database from GGSCA command prompt. So I need to do db login using the GoldenGate user.
Okay.
/ogg user @pdb orcl and password is welcome one.
No, this is OGG ADM.
Okay, OGG-ADM, right. OGG-ADM. It says user /#. Okay, what I gave? I think I gave DBA to OGG user. Okay, right. Grant DBA to /#OGG ADM container equal to all. Now I'll be able to log in. See, because I didn't have DBA privilege, when I logged in from GoldenGate command prompt to the database, it said unable to initialize database connection because it lacks create session privilege. Now I'll do DB login. It says now successfully logged into database PDB ORCL.
Right.
Now first of all, my requirement is to add the TRAN data. Add the TRAN data. I have to do add TRAN data. So add TRAN data, what it does, I'll tell you. TRAN data, source table name, source schema name is sh1.test1.
Yeah.
So when I fire the command add TRAN data from the GoldenGate command prompt, what it does, it converts into the command alter table sh1.test1 add supplemental log data all columns. So we're not firing the command from database, we are firing the command from GoldenGate command prompt. So add TRAN data basically gets converted to this command.
Okay.
Okay. Now once this is done, we are just now going to follow the architecture. So first step is,
Okay.
our first step is, see the architecture. First step is to create the extract process and
Right.
register the log miner. Register this extract process to this database.
Okay.
Okay, so these are our steps. So how to add extract, I can give any name, ext1
Hmm.
integrated translog begin now. It says extract integrated added info all. Now you can see one of the process is configured now. Earlier there was only manager, now there is
Okay.
extract as well. Next is to register the extract. Now registration of extract is always done to the root database.
Hmm.
So here currently if you see, the connection is made to pluggable because we have given @pdborcl.
Yeah.
Now when I give nothing, automatically the connection will be made to root database.
Okay.
Now here I need to register the extract. So for registering I need to fire register extract ext1 database container and pluggable database name pdborcl. So it is currently registering your extract process to the database from where it will start to continue extracting the data.
Okay.
So as per architecture, we need to create the extract process and then register it to the
Database.
database. It takes a little amount of time registering. So it says extract ext1 successfully registered with database at SCN. So from this SCN onwards, it will start capturing the data.
Okay.
See, what this GoldenGate is right now doing, it is your question is getting answered right now, correct?
Yeah.
The GoldenGate is getting integrated with the database.
Database.
Okay. Now the extract is done. Register the extract is done. First process was create the extract, then next is register the extract. Now what is the third step? What does extract do? Extract captures and write it to
Trail file.
local trail file. So we need to create the local trail file. So now I'll fire the command, and where I said the trail files are created inside dir dat folder.
Okay.
See, it is empty currently now.
Yeah.
So now create ext trail. Local trail is also referred as extract trail.
Okay.
Create ext trail, location of ext trail, where it would be generated. So it would be generated under dir dat folder. I need to provide the full path. And
Okay.
then trail file name I need to give. Trail file name I need to give. So as the only 2 letters are required to be given, next it will
Okay.
automatically append 9 times 0.
Okay.
So first trail file would be generated with the name whatever 2 letters you give, appending 9 times 0.
Okay.
Once that gets filled or you restart the process, next trail file which would be generated is lt 8 times 0 1. Next lt 0002, lt 0003.
Okay.
So you just need to provide the 2 letters, automatically it will append the digits. Okay. Now extract will write to local trail. So I am creating the local trail. You need to tell GoldenGate who will write to this extract. So it would be extract ext1. Create ext trail, this extract. Am I missing something? Command is same. Oh, sorry, it's not create, it's add. It's add. I was using the keyword as create, however it is
Okay.
add.
Okay.
Add ext trail. So it says ext trail added. Right?
Right.
Now your extract is created and ext trail is created. That means, can you start your extract process now? Should I try and start running the extract process?
Yes, but are you going to map to the data pump or something? Or
But remember, data pump is an independent process of extract. You can
yeah.
start the extract process without even starting the data pump or replicate, or you can start the data pump without starting the extract or replicate. You can start the replicate without starting extract or data pump.
Okay.
So I'll try to start ext1. Let us see what happens.
Okay.
It says parameter file does not exist.
Hmm.
Remember, every process has a parameter file associated with it.
Yes. Okay.
And parameter file is the heartbeat. Without parameter file, your GoldenGate process cannot run at all. So I need to create a parameter file. So how to create? I need to fire edit param ext1. Either I see what error it is giving. See, parameter file inside dir prm does not exist.
Yeah.
So it automatically goes and searches for the parameter file inside GoldenGate home and dir prm directory with the name of the process. Now as it is not able to find the, because dir prm is empty. See, right now it is empty. Means manager parameter file is there, but
Okay.
ext1.prm is not there. So I need to fire the command edit param ext1. I'll press enter.
Yes.
It says, do you want to create a new file? Yes. Now every process, remember, first two lines would always remain same for every parameter file. First line would start with the process type and next would be the process name. So process type will always be either extract or replicate. Okay?
Yep.
Remember, data pump is also a extract process. Data pump is also a extract process. Okay? It is also known as the secondary extract, and this extract is known as the primary extract. Okay, extract ext1. Next would be user ID. User ID c ## OGG password welcome 1. So first two lines would always remain same, means your first word would be process type and process name. Next would be user ID and password you need to give.
Okay.
Now extract process connection is always made to the root database. See, I'm not giving @ over here. Right?
Yeah.
So it is always made to the container database, root database. Once this is done, what would be our next? Next is I need to provide this parameter. Here it is asking the extract process to use this much MBs from the SGA. Maximum this extract process could use from the system global area of databases this much 100 MB.
Okay.
It cannot exceed from that much memory. Then I need to provide the ext trail location where it is writing the data. So it is writing data to dir dat folder, right?
Yeah.
dir dat and lt I need to provide as well. /lt. Next is the table mapping you need to provide. So what all table you want to replicate the data of. pdborcl.sh1.test1 ended by the semicolon. So table container name dot schema name dot table name. I could give 100 of tables.
Okay.
Table pdborcl dot sh1 dot test2, test3, test4. I could give any number of tables over here. Whatever tables I'll give, it will go and search for the change data inside the transactional log, if any, and capture it if it is come.
And can we give the schema too?
You can give any schema. Yeah. So you can give sh2.test1. So you could give anything over here. In fact, if you want to capture all the
instead of each mentioning each table, schema will be.
You could also give star as well. So star is a wildcard which will capture all the tables which is inside sh1 schema.
Okay.
Okay. So here I'll just use test1 for current. I'll save it and close this. So if I go inside dir prm directory, you will find that ext1 now is created, right? If I open, you will find the data inside it, whatever I had created. Now once that is done, as I can start the extract process. Next is, as per the architecture, I need to create the data pump process, which will read the data from local trail and send it to remote trail. Now, as I said, data pump is also an extract process. Data pump is referred as secondary extract process, while capture is referred as primary extract. So now I'll add the data pump. Add extract dpump. Now from where it is reading the data, ext trail source ext trail source is inside dir dat lt folder, right?
Yeah.
/lt. So our data pump is added. Now what is the functioning of data pump? It will capture the data and send it to target. So you need to add the remote trail as well. For source, it is a remote trail when you are sending it to target. Add remote trail and where it is going to send the data. So what I'll do, I'll send the data to other GoldenGate instance, okay? Inside OGG Inside that dir dat, here it will send the data. See, the extract is at OGG core underscore 3. Replicat is at OGG core underscore 2. So this is a target location which I have to provide. And remote trail will be referred as RT. Again, remote trail, I just need to give first two letters, automatically it will append 9 zeros and continue till 9 nines. And who will write to this RMT trail? Extract depump. So if I now do info all, you will find that extract depump is already configured now.
Yeah.
So can I start the data pump now?
You need to. Do we need to create a what do you call that parameter file for remote trail?
Parameter file is not for a trail file. Parameter
No.
file is for the process.
Oh, okay.
So parameter file we created for exe1. Now when I start the data pump, it again says the same thing. Parameter file does not exist. So I need to create a parameter file for this data pump.
Yeah. Okay.
So how to create? Edit param depump. So first line again will remain same. Process type, extract and process name. Next would be user ID. C ## OGG ADM. Password welcome 1. Next is RMT host, which is local host, and MGR port, which would be 8080. Then RMT trail location I need to provide. Remember, GoldenGate is very easy product. You just need to follow the architecture always. Okay. So first two lines will be same. In the next line of data pump, what is the function of data pump? To send the data over TCP/IP network, right?
Right.
So pump need to know the target address. So this is where we provide the remote host name. So remote host could be here, you could provide host name or IP address according to your requirement. So in my case, it is a same host. So I'll provide local host over here.
Yes. Okay.
Then MGR port is the target manager port. So I need to provide the manager port of OGG core underscore 2. So I need to see what is the manager port. I'll go to dir PRM. Here also manager will have some port. So it is currently running on 7809.
Okay.
So I can provide the manager port as 7809. Remember, on a same server, every GoldenGate instance will have its own manager.
Okay.
And every manager runs on some port. It requires a manager at the network level. It requires a port at the network level to be open. So the manager of target is running on port number 7809.
Is there any restriction for port number, or we can give any 4-digit?
That port should be open. There is no restriction.
Okay.
But that should be open. It could be 6-digit port, 5-digit port. It could be any port. Only requirement is it should be network team should have opened it.
Okay.
Okay. So here we provide again the list of tables data which it will send to target. pdborcl.sh1.test1 and ended with semicolon. Okay. Now I'll save this and close this. So now I can start the data pump. But there is one catch. See, your data pump will not start due to some reason. It says it is abandoned. Abandoned means abnormal end. The reason behind this is view report depot. It is not able to establish the connection with target manager. See, no connection could be made on target manager because the target machine actually refused it. So what happens? Your data pump actually tries to establish the connection with the manager of target.
Okay.
See, in the parameter file, if you see now, that will explain the error. It asks, it is trying to connect to the manager on 7809, which is configured under inside OGG core_2 directory. So let me log in. So if I log into here, you will find that manager is stopped currently.
Yeah.
So view param mgr start mgr. So if I check now, it must be running. So the manager says it is running. Okay.
Okay.
So now I can start the data pump process over here. Start dpump. So now the connection could be established. So if you find now, your data pump is also running, right?
Yeah.
So a source side configuration is done. Source side configuration is done. Now let us move to architecture once again and see. So now once the data has been returned to remote trail, your Replicat process will come into picture. It will read the data out of your remote trail and apply it to target database, right? So I'll come to target data. Now I am on the target server. This is my target server.
Yes.
Now I'll add Replicat REP1 integrated ext trail, which is the remote trail location sent by the data pump. The same remote trail location I need to provide over here, which is this RT. Control C. And here I need to give RT. So what it is doing? You need to add the Replicat with the name REP1, which is going to read the data from this remote trail file. Right?
Right.
So now it says Replicat integrated added. When I do info all, you will find that Replicat REP1 is added.
Yes.
Now, can I go ahead and start REP1?
No.
Because every parameter file is the heartbeat of every process.
Yeah.
So edit param REP1. Now first line I said it will always be common. Process type is the Replicat now. Replicat. And process name is REP1. Next is user ID I need to give. C ## OGG ADM at the rate of PDBORCL. Now you see the difference between user ID command between extract and data pump. You see the difference between what difference there is there currently?
Yes. Right.
What is the difference?
No, we in the extract process we didn't use at the rate of database.
So what is the reason behind that?
This one we are we are exactly giving what which database need to be connected.
Exactly. Now see, what happens in the multi-tenant architecture? What happens? Your memory structures, your components all are same. So in fact, if I had one root and multiple branches inside it, under it as a pluggable,
Hmm.
the control file, the data file, redo log and transactional logs always remain same. Means for container database and pluggable database, they are sharing same archive logs, same redo logs. There is nothing different. So for extraction purpose, extract has to go inside the container database and then it searches for the record. Now while it replicates, we need to define exactly to which database it has to deliver.
Hmm.
So that's why the connection need to be made to pluggable database.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah. Password is welcome 1. You must be wondering right now, we are providing plain text password. How will it work? Right? So we are going to discuss this encryption and wallet creation later on. So don't
Okay.
worry. Now we need to provide this parameter over here. Now integrated Replicat processing is very fast. Performance of integrated Replicat is very fast. Now you could define multiple parallelism inside the Replicat.
Okay.
Okay, so parallelism inside this, if in a high end environment, if it is a high transactional environment, you could define parallelism as 6. Here
Okay.
I'll provide parallelism as 2 because it is not going to be heavy transaction. It is just a test server. So what happens when you define parallelism? Multiple threads of same Replicat runs and apply the transaction to the target database.
And what is the maximum and what is the minimum?
It depends on your CPU. There is no maximum.
What is
Minimum is 1.
parallelism? Minimum is 1 and maximum I can give. It's a kind of a thread, right?
Power. It depends. So see, even if I give 6, but your CPU is not CPU is not capable enough, what will you do?
Okay.
Right? So your CPU must, means it depends on how much capable your CPU is. Your server is able to handle. So minimum is 1, maximum it depends on the server you are provided with. So till now, this integrated one I have implemented at 4 places so far. So the maximum parallelism which I have given in the production environment is 32. But let me tell you, it was a
32?
Superdome
Okay.
server. It was a Superdome server.
Hmm.
Otherwise, even if I can give 100, but it won't be of any use if only parallel processes which are running is 5.
Hmm.
Right? So parallelism always needs to be, means whatever your server can afford. Next parameter which I am going to give is assume target diffs. We are going to this parameter later on. Remember one thing, GoldenGate parameters are self-explanatory. GoldenGate parameters are self-explanatory. Assume target diffs, we are going to discuss this in detail, but just for your reference, let me tell you, when the source and target table structure matches, then we use assume target diffs.
Okay.
Remember, GoldenGate can also replicate the data between tables having different structure or between different databases as well, from MySQL to Oracle, DB2 to MySQL. So assume target test means your database is Oracle and the structure between source and target is same. Then next we need to give map statement. Map source credential comma target credential, means target not credentials, target specifications. sh2.test2. So on the, remember, every map and table specifications inside extract, data pump and Replicat has to end with semicolon. So in this line, in the data pump and extract, how do we give? We give the table. Here we give map and target. So on source, I have extracted sh1.test1. On target, I want to replicate it to sh2.test2. So here, your source schema name and table name could be different. Your target database name, schema name and table name could be different. I can replicate. So here I can see, I am extracting data from sh1.test1 and I am replicating it to sh2.test2. Now I'll save this and close this. Now I'll try to restart the process. Means I'll try to start the REP1 now. Let us see whether it runs or not. So if I go and check info all, it says Replicat REP1 is running. Don't concentrate on DPINT and EXTINT here because I have configured it for other processes. Okay. So see, REP1 is running, and at source dpump and ext1 are running. So my GoldenGate configuration is done. Once the configuration is done, next step is to test whether it is working or not. So what I'll do the transaction at source and we'll see whether it replicates on target. So my source is this one, sh1, and target is sh2. Now let me see. I truncate the table, table test1. I'm just ensuring nothing is there right now inside these two tables. Okay, so let me check now. Select count of 1 from test1. Select count of 1 from test2. So there are 0 records on source, 0 records on target.
Yeah.
Now what I'll do one insertion on source. Insert into test1 values, insert into test1 values. I'll enter value as ID as 1, city I'll enter as Chicago, and I'll enter country as USA. Now let us see whether it gets replicated on target or not. No, it is not getting replicated. We can check the statistics of extract as well.
Okay.
Extract hasn't captured anything. See, It says nothing is there.
Yeah.
But we did one transaction, right?
We didn't commit.
Exactly. Remember, GoldenGate only capture your extract process, only capture committed transaction.
Right.
Similarly, if I do depump, will it send? No. It will also doesn't show any statistics. Why? Because
Okay.
your extract hasn't captured. And if your extract hasn't captured, then data pump won't be able to send. If your
Yeah.
data pump won't be able to send, then your replicant won't be able to apply. So I'll commit this record now. Now see the stats of exe1. See, one insert is there now,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
Stats of depump, I can check now. It also says one insert.
Yeah.
I can also check the stats of rep1 now. It has also applied one insert. So let us check now target. Select star from test2. So it has applied one insert.
Yep.
Similarly, I can do update as well. Update test1 set city equal to New York, where ID is equal to 1. I'll commit this record now. Now see the statistics of exe1. Earlier there was only one insert. Now you can see one update is there as well. Stats depump. One update is there. Let me go to the screen of Replicat. Stats rep1. Okay, this is not the screen of Replicat. Oops, I guess I closed the Replicat. Oh. So I'll check the stats of rep1 now. So see, rep1 statistics also says total updates 1. So now if I go and check the target database, this city should be changed now. Yeah, it is now 1 New York.
Yep.
So this is how your GoldenGate processes work. See, implementation, we just do it according to architecture. There are another things which are in means understanding wise, this is how it is working. We are going to discuss more on this, how it is working, everything, how more we could, what more we can do, how parameter files are created, what is them, how it is capturing inserts, update, deletes. We are going to discuss all this in details. But as of now, for today, just consider we have to create 3 processes. Your parameter files for each processes is very important. You need to create local trail file at source, remote trail file on target. Also remember, each side, source and target, will have separate GoldenGate instance, and each GoldenGate instance has a manager process. Any question, Kannan?
No, I'm good. I think can you please send that notepad document which says what are the things you need to do step by step?
I'll be sending that document to you. Now, one request, Kannan, from my end, I would request you to look. I have done this, and this will look very easy to you. I'm telling you, I told you in the last session as well. The main question will come once you are going to do it on your own.
Yes. I'm going to install that one. Once I install, I will start doing myself. Yes.
And I'll send you the document, okay? But what I want is follow the document. Don't worry about that.
Okay.
But don't just follow it blindly. Try to understand. Open the architecture and GoldenGate architecture in front of you and
Okay.
see how it works. How this, whatever commands we are firing, how they are being followed. Means nothing is, see, did you see whatever I was doing according to architecture only, right? I never
Right.
went out of architecture.
Right. Right. Yeah.
So just keep your architecture in front of you. Now don't
Mm.
ask me to share the architecture. I won't share it. I want you to prepare the architecture on your own based on your understanding.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
Whatever you have understood. Based on that, please prepare that architecture.
Okay.
And I'll be asking that architecture tomorrow.
Okay.
Okay?
Yes,
So
Ash.
the task for you is from my side, I'll be sharing the document to you, and from your side, install the database, install the GoldenGate software 12c, and see what uh, advancement you can make. And if you have any query, means definitely you'll have lots of queries. So we are going to answer them tomorrow. Okay.
Okay.
So you have any question? Any other question?
Not now because today we saw a lot of things and yeah, we completed one process. So once I go through details, then I might come with questions later.
Exactly. You will come with questions,
Yeah.
but questions will come again. I'll say when you will be doing the practical.
Yes. Right.
Without that, I'm telling you, this GoldenGate is very easy. Okay.
Yeah.
I can guarantee after 18 hours of session, once you are following me, whatever I am doing, and do it on your own with developing the understanding, I can guarantee you'll learn GoldenGate a lot.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll be sharing that document with you now. And Kannan,
Okay.
is it possible for you to share your number so that if
Yeah.
any communication is to be made, like yesterday, we could have, if I would have your number or you would have my number,
Oh.
we would have not missed yesterday's session.
Okay. You can just note it down. I can give you.
Yeah, tell me.
It's 573. Yeah. Good night. Yep. Bye. Hmm.